You're watching a segment of The Splash, Greater West Bloomfield's news magazine show. Our first story this week is one that's been centuries in the making, as a survey post recently discovered within Sylvan Lake was revealed to be 200 years old. However, the post isn't just a landmark within our township, but also the surrounding ones as well. On April 4th, 1817, history was made within the communities of Bloomfield, Pontiac, Waterford, and West Bloomfield, as a survey post which connected them all was placed within the city of Sylvan Lake. And now, exactly 200 years later, the townships have gathered together to commemorate this achievement within Sylvan Lake's community center.
When you look at where they all come together, the four corners there, and 200 years ago, I can dare say that nobody in that room was alive back then, obviously, but it's neat to be able to remember, recreate those kind of events.
Well, this is good. I mean, we're one of the four corners, obviously, and if you go to the west, and we refer to that area as four towns: White Lake, Commerce, Waterford, West Bloomfield. So we got a four corners to the east and the four towns to the west. So that's kind of neat.
The surveyors who placed this post in the ground 2 centuries ago were led by a man named Joseph Wampler, who took a small group of men with him to trek through this uneven and at times treacherous landscape. They started on March 14, 1817, and surprisingly ended their journey less than a month later.
The surveyors were paid very little, and they obviously had lust and love for their work. And the fact that they were able to accomplish what they did with primitive instruments and without technology that we have today shows that it was a very impressive accomplishment.
The post, which was discovered all these years later by Sylvan Lake resident and historian Helen Jane Peters, has brought recognition not just to the area, but also within the surrounding communities.
Sylvan Lake is an incredible community, an incredible development, and again, to see the history of how it was that this area came to fruition really is just an opportunity that I did not want to pass up, an opportunity that I have to now be able to communicate with residents of Pontiac as well as the surrounding areas.
And now, a wayside sign, which is sort of like a historical post of its own, is being created in honor of this bicentennial event, and has been paid for in agreement by all 4 townships.
We have a lot of collaboration and always looking forward to do it, but these signs are kind of unique because it gives you just a chance to stop, pause, and read it, and to think about things that you probably would never think about if you hadn't seen that sign.
And there you have it, folks. 4 townships, and 200 years later, it all leads to this right here behind me, this wayside sign, which is going to be put up on Pontiac Drive in Sylvan Lake, commemorating this 200-year-old piece of history. For The Splash, I'm Jonathan Jackson. And if you'd like to know more about the surveyors or the post itself, you can read on how it was first discovered by historian Helen Jane Peters in the local magazine, West Bloomfield Today, which is coming out later this week. Inside, it features an interview with Peters on how she came across the landmark and more on its long history within the 4 townships. And if you'd like to watch this segment again, you can go to our website at civiccentertv.com/the4corners. Thanks for watching a segment of The Splash. To catch the entire show or other segments, watch us on Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T Channel 99. Or look us up online at thesplash.tv and listen to us on WBLD 89.3, the all-new Lakes FM.